Starting off our countdown at number 10 is Courtney Cox. Fans are thrilled to hear that she'll be taking back her role of Monica Geller in the upcoming Friends reunion special. And by fans, I mean me. But she's going to look a lot different than the Monica we are used to seeing. Throughout the years, she has had different cosmetic procedures done that have completely altered her look. She's always been very open about it, even admitting that she regrets it. She said that at one point, she actually took things too far and went a little overboard with fillers, so she actually went and had those fillers removed. She spoke about it in 2017 and said, "I've had to learn to embrace movement and realize that fillers are not my friend. I've had all my fillers dissolved. I'm as natural as I can be. I think that I now look more like the person I was." Fans are still surprised to see just how different she looks, even with those fillers removed, but beautiful nonetheless, and still very much Monica. I'm so excited for her friends. Make sure you guys leave a like on this video because it really helps us out in this YouTube algorithm. It's a crazy world out here on YouTube, so help us, please. In spot number 9 is Sophia Grace. The internet icon rose to fame after rapping a Nicki Minaj song with her cousin Rosie on the Ellen DeGeneres show. It was back in 2011 when their cover of Super Bass went viral on YouTube and Ellen just had to have them perform it on her show. The video racked up more than 54 million views, and they even got to meet Nicki Minaj when appearing on Ellen's show. From there, Sophia grew an online audience as her life continued on, and recently she celebrated her 18th birthday. She posted a picture online of herself posing with balloons that read 18, and people immediately started resharing and retweeting it. People could just not believe that the little girl from Ellen was now 18 years old and stated that it made them feel really old. It made me feel literally like a fossil. E! News and other media outlets shared her transformation, and they also shared Rosie all grown up too, which honestly just makes me feel like even worse. I'm so old. Sliding into number 8, we have Amanda Bynes. If you are a 90s kid like me, then chances are Amanda was a staple on your TV screen growing up. She rose to fame as a child star on Nickelodeon's All That before landing her own series called The Amanda Show. From there, her career continued to grow and she was one of the biggest actors in Hollywood. But her career took a turn for the worse as she struggled with mental health issues and substance abuse, which led to her having issues with the law. As her career started to change, so did her looks. She got plastic surgery done to her face and breasts, got facial piercings at one point, and more recently got a face tattoo. Her life is in better standings though, thank God, because I love her. She is sober right now and is engaged to a man named Paul Michael, who has been by her side for the past year. Recent photos of them showed her looking like a completely different person than when we last saw her on our screen. Moving on to number 7, we have Orlando Brown. He was known for playing Eddie Thomas on the iconic TV series That's So Raven. After the series ended, he went on to book a few acting roles and even dabbled in the music industry a little bit, but nothing quite stuck for him. As time went on, he began to get in trouble with the law and was actually arrested on multiple occasions. In 2016, he was arrested and charged with drug possession, misdemeanor, domestic battery, and obstruction of justice. His appearance also began to change, and people hardly recognized him in his mugshots. He even got a strange raven tattoo on his neck, and he went on the Dr. Phil show wearing green alien eye contacts. Both his behavior and appearance has changed drastically, and any That's So Raven fan would be shocked to watch this transformation happen. I honestly didn't even recognize him. My little Eddie. I loved that show. Cruising to the number 6 spot is Priscilla Presley. In 2018, she was the talk of the town after going viral online for her appearance when going on the morning show Lorraine. People couldn't help but comment on the drastic change in her face, and a lot of people said she looked botched. She later spoke about her cosmetic procedures and admitted that they were in fact botched, and said that she unknowingly had industrial low-grade silicone in her face. She was actually a victim to a doctor who did not have his license, but was pretending to for many years. He eventually was caught for fraud after some of his injections caused lumps, paralysis, and holes in his clients' faces. He was later sentenced to prison, but the damage on Priscilla's face was already done. The stuff that was injected in her face was said to be similar to what mechanics use to grease car parts. No. This is why you leave your face. Halfway through our list, number 5 is Adrienne Bailon. The talk show host has been very vocal about her dislike of the Kardashians, but fans began calling her out for morphing into one. People started commenting on her social media photos, which showed her face looking different. Her lips were more plump and her face looked more contoured. Adrienne has always been very open about going under the knife in the past, admitting that she got breast implants at the age of 19 years old. In 2014, she said that she would never touch her face, but people are calling her out for allegedly not sticking to her word. A plastic surgeon spoke on the debate and said, "I think she's had rhinoplasty and lip filler and maybe cheek augmentation as well. Her lower lip used to be twice as thick as her upper lip. Now they are almost the same thickness." Regardless if she has or not, she is still beautiful. I think people just keep like remembering her as the girl from Cheetah Girls, so no matter what, she's gonna look different. Up next, number 4, we have Grace VanderWaal. She rose to fame back in 2016 when she won America's Got Talent at just 12 years old. She auditioned for the show with an original song and stole the hearts of many people through her honest music and extremely talented voice. But as the years went on and she began to grow up, her look began to change and fans had a hard time adjusting to it. She recently turned 17 and she's now rocking a shaved head with a very edgy sense of style. Fans started commenting on her social media concerned for her drastic change, but then others defended her, saying she is just growing up and finding out who she is. Although you probably wouldn't recognize her as the girl who won America's Got Talent, we probably don't look like our 12-year-old selves either. Like, let's be honest, when I was 17, I didn't even look like my 12-year-old self. Yeah. Thank God for that. Cruising into the number 3 spot is Melanie Griffith. The actress has had a very long, successful career, so it's no surprise that over the years, her look has changed in one way or another. She's been very open and honest about her plastic surgery choices, which she has taken a lot of heat for. She said she didn't realize just how drastic the changes were until people started pointing things out and asking her what happened to her face. It got to a point where she said she went to a different doctor and started dissolving all the stuff that her previous doctor had put in. But that interview was in 2017, and in 2020, rumors started spreading that she had more plastic surgery done in more recent months. In photos she posted online, people began asking if she looks different because of plastic surgery or if it was heavy editing. Either way, she does look different than before because she has changed her appearance, which she has been open about. Rolling into the number 2 spot is Khloe Kardashian. All the Kardashian sisters face a ton of backlash on a daily basis for their cosmetic procedures and Photoshop. Khloe has been caught drastically changing her photos, and people really don't know what she looks like in real life because of that. Throughout the years, she has changed her look, some of them being a very positive thing though. She turned to fitness and created her own show called Revenge Body, where she then helped other people reach their own health and fitness goals. So kudos to her, because she does look great. But her face has changed too, and that is no secret. While she's always been very beautiful, in my opinion, fans constantly criticize the Photoshop that she does and how much she changed her look throughout these years. If you compare a group of photos, honestly, throughout the last year even, they all look so different from one another. It's just hard to kind of know what she actually looks like. That is the power of editing though, my friends. Winning the number 1 place on our list is Zac Efron. The actor caused a big stir online after showing up for an online interview where his face looked completely different. His face looked incredibly swollen and reshaped, like he had just got out of a plastic surgery procedure. The 33-year-old filmed a special to promote Bill Nye's Earth Day special, and no one could focus on what he was saying because they just kept looking at his face. People immediately started sharing photos of his face compared to before and questioned what surgery he had done. Plastic surgeon Dr. Anthony Oon spoke on it and said he does look different and suggested that he might have had injections of filler to reshape his jaw. But other rumors said that he had dental surgery and that is why his face was swollen. We're not sure what the reasoning is, but he does look different. Still a gorgeous man to look at though. In our number 10 spot is Matthew Perry, also known as Chandler Bing from the legendary TV show, which I'm obsessed with, Friends. With the long overdue Friends reunion special coming in 2021, people are freaking out about seeing the cast all these years later. But one cast member will look a lot different than we remember, and that one is Matthew. Throughout his acting career, he has publicly struggled with addiction and first entered rehab for it back in 1997 after he became addicted to pain medications. Ever since then, he has been in and out of treatment and also went through some health concerns. In 2018, he revealed that he was hospitalized for several months after undergoing gastrointestinal surgery. His appearance has changed because of these factors, and articles have often pointed out just how different he looks, obviously compared to when we were seeing him on our screens all the time. But there is no denying that we do miss him on our screens, and no matter what he looks like, I am so pumped for him to come back as Chandler. You have no idea. Up next, number 9, we have Jessica Alves, also known as the Human Barbie, but this might be news to some people. She was previously known as Rodrigo Alves, or the Human Ken doll. For the last few years, she was famous for transforming her body into the Human Ken doll. After spending over £650,000 on more than 60 operations to transform into Ken, she spent over £100,000 to transform herself into the female body of her dreams. She spoke about the transformation and said, "No matter how much I looked like Ken, nothing eased the pain of being a Barbie inside. It was a really tough decision for me, but I just reached the point where I couldn't live as a man anymore." She said that she finally feels like herself and that she hopes to meet the man of her dreams one day and become a mom. Cruising their way into number 8, we have the Pratts. Heidi and Spencer Pratt were very big stars in Hollywood after gaining fame from the reality TV series The Hills. For many years, they were making magazine covers, news articles, cameos in movies, and spots on other reality TV shows. But then their careers seemed to just kind of fade out, and they went quiet for a while, having an adorable son together and just creating their own businesses. So fans were thrilled to hear that they would be returning for the Hills reboot. But for season 2, which comes out next week, by the way, I think it's this week, they might be looking a little bit different. Now, I still see the Heidi and Spencer that I knew from The Hills because I loved that show. But of course, they are older now and might not look the same. But Spencer's sister, Stephanie Pratt, went online to body shame both of them and point out that they have appeared to gain some weight. She shared paparazzi photos of them on the beach and said Heidi looks pregnant and then asked what baby her brother was having. People were not thrilled about this and they did not support her for body shaming, obviously. Like, to me, it's been a decade since The Hills show, so of course they're going to look different. Anyone would look different. Rolling into the number 7 spot is Drew Carey. I think it's safe to say that everyone had a quarantine look that was probably a lot different than what we looked like before this whole COVID-19 pandemic started. But people were surprised to see Drew's quarantine look, and he was hardly recognizable. He had been MIA on Instagram for almost 2 years, but then made his return and shocked people with his new look. Honestly, when I first saw it, I thought that it was Matthew Perry. So, he was rocking a fully grown gray beard, some black glasses, and a full head of gray locks. Fans commented on his post about his look, but mostly that it was just very nice to see him again. He did experience some grief after losing his ex-fiancée, Amy Hartwick, so people were just happy to see him smiling and in good spirits and back on social media, no matter what he looked like. As for 2021, we will have to see if he decides to make any more changes. Maybe he will shave off his beard. Maybe he'll shave his head. Who knows? Moving on to number 6, we have Kelly Osbourne. Her look has changed throughout the years, but one thing that she's always had in her look is colorful hair. And man, can she pull off literally any color. But her career has been over a decade long, and throughout the years, her style has changed so much. Her look has been very punk rock and edgy for most of it, but recently she looks a lot different. Fans were surprised to see new images released where she was rocking a sleek ponytail and a tight-fitted black dress. While she's always looked stunning, the media has often commented on her weight loss and gain throughout the years. She's always been very open about her alcohol addiction and her struggle with sobriety in recent years. Just last week, she actually opened up about relapsing after 4 years of sobriety and also talked about her recent 90-pound weight loss, saying that she has been working on herself. She said, "Everyone was so caught up in how I look, they never asked me how I felt." That's a fact. I always saw news articles about she gained weight, she lost weight. Like, That must be draining as a human being. Halfway through the list, number 5 is Paul Butcher. This one is for all the Zoe 101 fans out there. I am about to blow your mind. Many people would know Paul Butcher as Dustin Brooks, Zoe's younger brother in the hit Nickelodeon series Zoe 101. But people have recently been losing their minds after piecing his career together and realizing who he is. He has skyrocketed into fame on TikTok, and fans cannot believe the transformation that he's had and how different he looks since seeing him on Nickelodeon. You can still see the resemblance when you look at him, like of his character, in my opinion, but he is now all grown up and his content is more mature, we'll put it that way. He is now 27 years old, which is hard for any Zoe 101 fan to process, and you can find him on Instagram now, posing with his shirt off and flaunting his abs. It's honestly kind of weird to see. As for the Zoe 101 reboot that has been in talks, he has confirmed that he will be taking back his role as Dustin. Coming up at number 4 is Taylor Momsen. If you followed her career, then you would have been shocked a while ago when first seeing her very big transformation. She first broke into the scene after starring on the TV series Gossip Girl as the sweet and innocent character Jenny Humphrey. But after leaving the show on her own terms, her look drastically changed and she became a rock star. Like, literally. She is the leading lady of the rock band The Pretty Reckless, and you would never recognize her as Jenny Humphrey or as Cindy Lou Who from The Grinch. Yep, that's her. But even in more recent months, fans have seen her without all her heavy black makeup that she usually wears on stage rocking out. And she looks different. She's 27 years old now and still rocks her blonde hair, but you may not recognize her without all her rock and roll attire. Although a lot of people don't recognize her when she's in her rock and roll attire because they're so used to seeing her as Jenny Humphrey. Coming in next, number 3, we have Adele. Now, you may have already heard about her drastic weight loss because the entire internet went crazy and was talking about it for literally months. She flaunted her new body on Instagram back in 2020, looking a lot slimmer than usual, and people spent months literally criticizing her for it. People were accusing her of losing the weight in a very unhealthy way since it just seemed to happen very quickly. Things got so bad that her personal trainer, Pete Garasimo, came forward and said when they started working together on her weight loss journey, her goal was never to be skinny, it was to be healthy. So she does look drastically different in comparison to the beginning of her career, but she also said that she is the happiest she has ever been. So to me, I think people need to lay off and just let her live her life and be happy. Other professionals have also spoken up online saying that her weight loss is not a threat to her health. Adele later shared her workout and diet plan online to help others who are trying to reach their own health goals. Rolling into number 2, we have Mama June. Her real name is June Shannon, but she earned the name Mama June on the hit TV series Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. She was another person to surprise fans with a completely different look after losing a significant amount of weight. Reports say when she was doing the show that she was around 460 pounds. She ended up having gastric surgery in May 2016 and then later had a tummy tuck. She then went on to have her own reality show called Mama June From Not to Hot, where she filmed her journey of losing over 300 pounds by working out with a trainer a few times a week and changing up her diet. But her body isn't the only thing that has changed. She also had some plastic surgery done to her face. She got her teeth fixed and also underwent cosmetic procedures. So she looks a lot different. In our number 1 spot is Mark Wahlberg, and he earned it. Photos recently surfaced online and had people stunned, showing that the actor had put on some hefty weight. Well, hefty weight for someone we're just used to seeing have abs all the time. He started making headlines and fans soon realized that he had gained 30 pounds for his latest movie role in the movie Father Stew. Apparently he was playing the part of a former boxer turned priest, so he was meant to look like he was no longer in shape. Mark showed off his transformation online and said he tried to put on as much weight as possible for this role and he only had 6 weeks to do it. The pictures that we are seeing online are actually from a 3-week transformation. So we'll just have to wait and see the 6-week transformation in the movie most likely. Unless the paparazzi get him, of course, which they might. and I would not be mad about it. Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is JWoww, real name Jenny Farley. She got known all around the world for her time on the reality TV series Jersey Shore, with her nickname JWoww becoming a staple of the show. But since the show debuted in 2009, she has changed her look pretty drastically after undergoing different cosmetic procedures. She has been open about all her changes and admits that she has gotten Botox in her face but refuses to go under the knife, besides her breast implants, of course. But even though her face is only full of Botox, it did drastically change her appearance, and fans have watched it happen throughout the years and the different seasons. More recently, fans saw her undergo a jaw surgery in Jersey Shore Family Vacation, where they saw her face altered even more. Things with her surgery actually didn't go to plan, and she got a blood clot after the surgery, and her face was just left looking very different and incredibly swollen. Needless to say, her look continues to change, but she is still beautiful nonetheless, and the JWoww that we all love and know. Up next, number 9, we have Simon Cowell. It's safe to say that his honest and sometimes harsh attitude has always remained the same throughout the years of his career, but his looks have changed and he is happy with the results. One thing that has fluctuated throughout his career is his weight. He has gained weight and then he has lost weight, and it's kind of gone back and forth. In October of 2020, reports said that he had been gaining some weight after he took a break from his vegan diet to properly recover from his back surgery. But his body is not the only change. He surprised people when he hit the red carpet with a brand new pair of teeth and his face looking a lot more stiff. I think that's the word, like in place. He actually admitted to having a facelift done, which he said hurt like hell, and the internet said looked like the surgeon did it in the dark. The good news is he is healing from his bike accident that happened in August 2020, and even if he has gained weight recently or not, like the tablets say, he is healthy and he is riding bikes again, believe it or not. Sliding into number 8, we have Meg Ryan. She was one of the biggest actresses in the 90s, and even a few decades later, she is still a Hollywood legend. But there is no denying that she looks completely different than she did at the beginning of her career. It was in more recent years that she stunned fans with her face transformation that had people believing she had tons of plastic surgery done. In 2015, she started denying the rumors to media outlets and said she did not have any plastic surgery done, even though photos would prove otherwise. Different plastic surgeons also came forward explaining what they feel she had done from a professional standpoint, agreeing that there is no way she hadn't. But despite the fact if she had it or not, that ultimately is her knowledge, she does look a lot different as time goes on. Cruising into number 7, we have Aubrey O'Day. She gained fame as one of the members of Danity Kane after fighting to be in the group for 2 tough seasons of MTV's show Making the Band, the competition show. The group eventually split and she went on to have a solo career and appeared on several other reality TV shows. Aside from her music and reality TV career, one major topic when it comes to her is her changing appearance. She always denied the claims of going under the knife, as most celebrities do, but did admit to some procedures. Her face does look drastically different than it did before, and people started questioning if it is fillers or just heavy photo editing, because it didn't match these paparazzi photos that leaked. The images caused a huge stir online because without makeup and filters, she looked a lot different, and people were wondering what she would truly look like if they met her in person. Because the photos we see on her Instagram, and then like the red carpet photos and then the paparazzi photos, it looks like 3 different people, to be honest. So I'm just as confused. Moving on to spot number 6, we have Ross Matthews. He first rose to fame as Ross the Intern on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno back in 2001, and since then he has wrote 2 books, appeared on many different shows, and currently judges the reality show RuPaul's Drag Race. It's easy to fall in love with his very fun and quirky personality. He stays out of headlines for the most part, but in recent months he is making tabloids and they could not stop talking about his weight loss and how different he looks. He lost over 70 pounds and stunned everyone on Instagram when flaunting pictures of his new body. He spoke about his journey and explained that he made the changes by changing his behavior, and said that snacking at night, like late at night, was his biggest downfall. well, which is relatable. The transformation pictures first surfaced in December of 2020, and since then he has continued his health and fitness journey, and he just looks different, but he looks healthy and he looks happy. So kudos to him. Halfway through the list at number 5, we have Kim Novak. After being in the industry for decades, she has recently admitted to regretting her plastic surgery choices. Fans watched her look change as the years went on and first stunned them back in 2014 when she showed up to the Academy Awards looking a lot different. Turns out she received facial injections not long before that appearance, and it left quite the impression on her fans. Viewers took her new look to Twitter and reacted to the change, saying that she needed to sue her plastic surgeon and claimed that she looked botched. In a new interview just a few months ago in February, she says that receiving the fat injections in her face was the stupidest thing she's ever done. The reason she got the procedure done in the first place was because she felt insecure and she didn't want to get a facelift done, so she went with these injections instead. That makes me so sad, because you go and get a surgery done because you're insecure, but then it gets botched or anything like that, and then you feel even more insecure, and you can't really undo something like that. Up next, number 4, we have Stephanie Pratt. With the new Hills reboot coming out this week, fans were wondering if they were going to see her come back for another season. For Hills fans, if you're wondering, I don't think she is. She hasn't been in any of the press interviews and she was not in any of the trailers, so it's not likely. But seeing her on social media in recent times, you would hardly recognize her compared to when she started on The Hills as Spencer Pratt's younger sister. As her career continued after The Hills, her face started to change dramatically, and she claims to not have gone underneath the knife. However, surgeons have come forward saying that by the looks of it, she has had rhinoplasty and other fillers and procedures done to her face. When Stephanie first started out in her career though, she was going down a darker path and she was struggling with drinking and had gotten many DUIs. So to see where she is at now and how she looks is shocking as a whole, not just like her cosmetic procedure. She has turned her life around. She looks a lot healthier, even though she looks a lot different. Taking over our number 3 spot is Francesca Ferrego. Her career skyrocketed into fame after appearing on the Netflix series Too Hot to Handle, and it was hard for people not to fall in love with her looks. It was actually one of the most talked about things in the series, to be honest. She is a gorgeous girl and I am personally obsessed with her. I think she's amazing and beautiful, but fans are calling her out recently for possibly having plastic surgery. Fans are saying she looks a lot different now than when they saw her a year ago on the show, and they are convinced that she had done things to alter her appearance. Francesca has always been very open about her transformation and admits to having some procedures done. She admitted that she had lip fillers, chin fillers, and Botox, but says that she has never had plastic surgery besides her breast implants, which happened many years ago. Fans are not buying it though, and they say her face looks too different to just be Botox and fillers, but I will let you guys be the judge of that. Rolling into the number 2 spot is Joe Exotic. His look was probably one of the most talked about things in 2020 after people first met him on the Netflix series Tiger King, Murder, Mayhem, and Madness. His personality was one thing, but his appearance was just something that Hollywood is not used to seeing. You could pick him out of any crowd with his blonde mullet, eyebrow ring, earrings, cowboy boots, and tattoos. But ever since he was sent to jail, his look has changed, as I think anyone's would. People have wondered what his time in jail has been like, and when pictures leaked of him in jail, people could hardly recognize him. Screenshots from a phone call interview leaked online, and fans got to see him rocking his natural hair color, which is actually brown. His hair has grown a lot too, and obviously he had to take out his eyebrow ring and all of his earrings, which was one of his biggest identifiers. Jail will change anyone's appearance, I think, so it's not totally surprising, but it is weird seeing him with brown hair. In the number 1 spot is Busta Rhymes. The legendary rapper is taking the number 1 spot for his insane transformation that happened only in 12 months. If you haven't seen the pictures of him online, he lost 100 pounds and got completely jacked in literally 12 months. The transformation is honestly insane. The reason he started to turn his lifestyle around was because of medical conditions after his doctor told him that if he caught a cold, he had the potential of dying. So he began to turn his life around and change his lifestyle through a better diet and a workout plan. And boy, did it work. The best part about his transformation though is that he's saying that he's doing it for all the right reasons and he's not doing it just to like look good in his music and for the media type thing. He has shared his workout routine and diet plan online, if you're interested, in hopes to help other people through their own health and fitness journey. Honestly, props to him, because that transformation is crazy. That is a lot of dedication and hard work, my friend. Kudos to you. Starting us off at number 10 is Matthew McConaughey. I think it's fair to say that everyone went through some changes during quarantine, and hairstyles was a very common one. Some people weren't able to get their hair cut professionally, while others were bored and decided to change their hair themselves at home. Matthew was someone who probably could get his hair cut, but chose not to. If you have the actor on Instagram, or if you saw some of his recent interviews, you might not recognize him at first glance. In recent months, he has been rocking shoulder-length hair that's often slicked back, and he has a handful of different eyeglasses that he keeps rotating between. He looks especially young when all his facial hair is shaved off also, but he does grow it in here and then, and you can see that on his Instagram. Who knew that long hair, glasses, and facial hair would make such a difference? A handsome man though, nonetheless. He is a handsome older man. Up next, number 9, we have Katy Perry. Throughout her career, she has been known for changing her hair often. And not just like a simple hair color change or cut. She's had every color in the book and often wears fun wigs when performing. So to see a new hairstyle on her isn't really surprising, except for her most recent one. When this video started going viral online, many people didn't even realize who it was at first. Let's see if you do. Katy posted this video on her Twitter and captioned it, "West Coast, hope you're watching American Idol right now." Turns out she shocked everyone with her new look when the show's top 16 was revealed. Throughout the last decade, she's never rocked long, dark, thick hair like this before, and people are loving it. If you're digging the black hair though, I do have some bad news. It is just a wig, and one that she often changes to short blonde. Like in some pictures she has short blonde hair, and in some she doesn't. So you're kind of getting a mix of both right now. So we're really not sure what Katy will look like for the rest of this year. But I personally love the long black hair on her. Killing it. Cruising into number 8, we have Chrissy Metz. The actress skyrocketed into fame for her breakout role on NBC's show This Is Us. Throughout her role and just her natural personality, she has been able to spread the message that everyone is exceptionally beautiful just the way they are. But that does not mean that she doesn't want to make some health changes in her personal life. Chrissy has been very open about how she's always struggled with her weight, telling The Hollywood Reporter that she went to Weight Watchers at just 11 years old. When she signed onto the show This Is Us, she actually signed a contract that required her to lose weight, as the character in the show did, as she comes to find herself throughout time. Chrissy says she saw it as a win-win for her, and since her weight loss journey started, she has lost over 100 pounds. But even though the weight loss, she still wants everyone to know that all sizes are still beautiful. Yeah, a lot of people gave her hate because it went against like her message for big girls, but that's tough. She had to do it for the show. In our number 7 spot, we have Carrot Top. He has had a very successful comedy career, but outside of that, one of the most talked about topics when his name is brought up is the big debate on whether or not he has had plastic surgery. For years, rumors have gone around about the drastic change in his looks and how he has undergone plastic surgery to achieve these changes. Even though doctors have come forward demanding that he has undergone some procedures to obtain those looks, Carrot Top denies it. For years now, he always shuts down the rumors and stands firm on the fact that he's never had any work done. He says his body changed based on steroids that he was once taking when he was working out a lot, but he swears to never touch his face besides wearing makeup sometimes. Let me know your opinion, guys. Obviously, to me, from the outside looking in, it looks like he's plastic surgery. So let me know what you guys think. Rolling into spot number 6, we have Sarah Hyland. We've already seen how much a hairstyle or color can completely change your look, and Sarah is just another example of how much this is true. For the majority of her career, the actress has rocked her brunette locks, so people were shocked when she just suddenly went to redhead. She showed off her bright red locks on Instagram, writing that she was one of the people who decided to make some big changes during this pandemic. She actually said she did the coloring herself and noted that she wanted to look like Ariel, the Disney princess. But in more recent days, the color seems to have faded to a more natural redhead, like kind of orange, and she sometimes fills out the rest of her hair with these long, thick extensions. Honestly, I never pictured Sarah Hyland as a redhead, but she kills it. She looks gorgeous. I love that. I wish I could do that to my hair. I would not look good. Halfway through our list, at number 5 is Angelina Provarnik. Another big debate on plastic surgery. The Jersey Shore star has had a big transformation throughout the years, and people are convinced that it is not natural. The thing is, she's been very open and honest about having some plastic surgery done to her body, but when it comes to her face, that is where the controversy starts. She admitted that she preferred plastic surgery over working out and revealed that she had a breast augmentation done as well as a glute lift, also known as a butt job. She doesn't often talk about her facial changes, but is an advocate for people wanting to get work done. She encourages people to feel comfortable enough to get the procedures done, and often tells her followers that they should not feel ashamed about it and that the results speak for themselves. Girl looks a lot different. I've been watching Jersey Shore my whole life. She looks gorgeous though. And like she's saying, like, own it, then own it. Rolling into number 4, we have Ariel Winter. She was part of an award-winning ensemble cast for ABC's show Modern Family, taking on her role of Alex for 11 seasons. She was cast when she was just a child, so fans actually got to see her grow and transform naturally just by seeing her grow up on the show. By the time the show wrapped in 2020, she was all grown up, and since then, fans say she's transformed into a new person. She didn't wait long before dyeing her hair from dark brown to bright red, which made her look like a totally different person. But since then, she's actually gone platinum blonde, which also changes her look drastically. But fans are convinced that she's had plastic surgery done to her face and body since she looks a lot different than she did on Modern Family. She did admit to a breast augmentation back in 2015, but denies any other cosmetic procedures. Regardless, she's still beautiful, and the reality is she's no longer a child star, so I feel like she's gonna look different no matter what. Coming in hot at number 3, we have Katie Price. She has been given the title of being one of the biggest glamour icon models in the 90s, and she has had dozens of procedures to hold on to those youthful looks that she was known for. She's always been beautiful, no doubt, but she has been open about going under the knife dozens of times to alter her appearance. She spent large amounts of cash on all her surgeries that in 2019, she actually was declared bankrupt. Her teeth surgery alone cost $150,000, she admitted. But in more recent times, she has let all her surgeries heal, and the only change she has made is cutting all of her hair into a short bob, which fans loved. But it was a lot different for fans because they're used to seeing her with 24-inch dyed hair extensions. Like, she's got some mermaid hair usually, so it was a big change, but she does look very healthy these days. Good for her. Taking over our number 2 spot is Shakira. Now, you might be shocked to see her on this list thinking maybe she had some crazy plastic surgery transformation that you didn't know about, but don't worry, this one is just another hair transformation. She has kept a similar look throughout her entire career and often flaunts her natural beauty by showing off her bare face to paparazzi. But who would have thought that dyeing her hair would make her look so different? When her new hair pictures went viral online, some people didn't even recognize that it was Shakira, and by people, I mean me. That is right, she is now rocking some bright red locks, which she said was not the initial plan. According to the singer, she originally meant for the color to be a lighter rosé tone, but she ran out of dye and had to improvise using another product. It worked in her favor though, because she does look awesome. I feel like she's one of those people that could pull off any color. In our number 1 spot is Mickey Rourke. He's been in the Hollywood limelight for decades now, so people were very shocked when paparazzi photos photos surfaced of him looking like a completely different person. It all started after his acting career hit a dead end and he decided that he would go back to his first love, which was boxing. Throughout his time fighting, he suffered injuries like broken ribs, a compressed cheekbone, and a split tongue. It was then that he underwent reconstructive surgery on his face. So it wasn't just for cosmetic reasons, he actually had a lot of damage done. The actor has openly talked about it and said that he went to the wrong surgeon the first time and the outcome was not what he hoped for. So he actually had to undergo more surgeries to enhance and correct the first mistakes. As of 2017, he's actually had 5 nose jobs, so he's been through a lot. Good news is he is back on our screens these days. He is looking a lot different, but people are still thrilled to see him. I feel like he just looks very different from when people came to know him in the 1980s. The change between the two photos is so drastic, but in more recent times, he actually looks just very healthy and happy, so. Beginning the list at number 10 is Harry Styles. The singer started his career as a teenage heartthrob in the boy band One Direction after they grew fame on the show The X Factor. But over time, the band grew apart and Harry released his debut solo album in 2017 called Harry Styles. It was basically his official introduction as a solo artist. He's had a super successful solo career, but one thing that has changed the most is his style and overall appearance. Fans were used to seeing him with his curly brown locks and boy band style for so many years that he shocked fans when he became an icon of gender-neutral fashion. He caused massive controversy in 2020 when he posed on the cover of Vogue magazine wearing a dress. While a lot of people applauded it, others did not agree with it. But Harry does not care what other people think. He wears whatever he wants, he paints his nails different colors, he has tattoos, and he changes his hairstyle very often. In spot number 9, we have Millie Bobby Brown. Finding a child star who would be comfortable shaving their head must have been a very big challenge for the creators of Stranger Things, but then they met Millie, who was more than willing to. The actress broke out into the Hollywood limelight after she took on the lead role as Eleven in the TV series. She was known for her character's look, which was a shaved head, but as the years went on, her hair began to grow back, which naturally just changed her look drastically. Her natural look was one that many people loved, but they also enjoyed seeing her grow up into her own style outside of Eleven. She was just 12 years old when she got the role, and she is now 17 and looks a lot different after coming into her own style. She now has shoulder-length hair, which is sometimes brown and sometimes blonde, and there have even been occasions where she rocks really long hair extensions, making her look totally different. Cruising into number 8, we have Patrick Schwarzenegger. Okay, so if you're just looking at his face, then he would look pretty much as he always does. But without a shirt on, you might not realize that it's him. He shocked his fans recently when he shared his 50-day transformation, showing off his fitness transformation, which has him looking a lot different. To sum it up, he basically just looks jacked now. He showed off his muscles in some transformation pictures and wrote, "Getting in the best shape of my life, both physically and mentally." He talked about his transformation and said that he enjoys creating goals and challenges for himself, and said that everything takes time and that fitness was all of that for him. To be honest, I always thought he had like a ripped body, but he did not. In spot number 7 is Bella Hadid. 2020 brought on a lot of changes for people, especially hair transformations. It's safe to say that in quarantine, people often get the itch to cut their hair or dye it, and Bella seemed to be one of these people. In January 2021, she showed off her new hairstyle, which was channeling Ginger Spice from the Spice Girls. It all began just before Christmas when the model joined forces with editorial hairstylist Ivani Frosto. From what started as brown hair turned into brassy orange and bronze streaks surrounding her face. She talked about the new do and said, "We both are really inspired by the 90s, and during that time it was all about streaks and chunky highlights." The colors back then were warmer, which added to the nostalgic feel. You don't normally see models adding funky colors in their hair unless it's for a photo shoot or something, so this was a fun surprise and Bella absolutely kills it. I once tried red chunky highlights in my hair. It did not look good at all. Taking over the number 6 spot is Rebel Wilson. For the past year, her weight loss journey has been all over Instagram as she marked her progress in her health and fitness journey. She's been open and honest with her fans along the way and shared all updates as she progressively started to lose weight. But a few days ago, she debuted a swimsuit photo for the first time after sharing that she had lost over 60 pounds. After she posted the beach selfie, her comment section was filled with inspiring messages from her fans. They praised her for her hard work as they've watched her progress, and they've watched her do it in a very healthy way over the last year or so. She was gorgeous before and she is just as gorgeous now, but she does look a lot different as most people would if they lost 60 pounds. Halfway through our list at number 5 is Modson. If you weren't already a fan of his music, then you probably came to know him for being Bella Thorne's boyfriend and husband for a period of time. His look was always unique, which made him hard to miss in a crowd, but he has altered his appearance since then. A lot has changed in his personal life, which might be a reflection of his appearance. In more recent times, he is now dating Avril Lavigne and even collaborated with her on a new song, which gave him his first TV performance debut on Jimmy Kimmel Live. As for his appearance, fans never thought that he would cut off his long locks, but he did, and he cut it short. He cut it into a faux hawk and dyed it lime green to be exact. People are not only loving his new look, but they love his relationship too. And by people, I mean me. I love Avril Lavigne and I think they're so cute. Coming in hot at number 4 is Ciara. The singer made headlines recently for her newest hair transformation because it made her look like a totally different person. On May 29th, she went on Instagram to show off her new deep red hair color and extra long locks. She debuted the new rusty hair color just in time for Memorial Day and fans were loving it. Ciara tagged her longtime hairstylist in the post who explained that the color is basically just a bright red but muted tone, so it has that rusty hue to it. Her hairstylist, Cesar Ramirez, is famous for their work and has also worked with stars like Demi Lovato and Kim Kardashian. Ciara has been rocking very long dark hair for a while now, so the change seemed really drastic just because people were used to seeing the dark hair. Taking over our 3rd spot is Kristen Stewart. The actress skyrocketed into fame for her role as Bella Swan in the Twilight series, but people also loved her for her unique sense of style. She's always had a very natural beauty to her look, wearing minimal makeup and having a tomboy sense of style. A lot of fans adored her for that, but they adore her even more now after she has become her true self. For years, she was known as Robert Pattinson's on and off screen girlfriend, but in 2017, she officially came out as gay. With feeling comfortable enough to come out to the whole world, she started to change her overall look and really settle into who she truly was. She cut her hair to a pixie cut and dyed it platinum blonde, which was a huge change from her long natural brown hair. Her style has also become really edgy and unique, and fans are just here for it. Sniping our number 2 spot is Billie Eilish. This has been by far one of the most talked about transformations this year. Let's start with her hair. For the last while, everyone saw her with black and lime green hair. It was actually like the signature part of her look. But then she broke the internet out of nowhere when she posted a picture to Instagram with platinum blonde hair. Her picture literally broke records for being the most liked picture in the shortest amount of time, reaching 1 million likes in just a few minutes. But with her hair change also came a huge change in her style. Everyone knows her for wearing oversized clothes and nothing else but that, but then she posed on the cover of Vogue in some tight-fitting lingerie and people were shocked. Fans are very torn right now online because she's changing up her look so drastically, but they fell in love with her because of her previous style and look. So fans are just losing their minds a little bit, but did you really expect her to stay the same way forever? Winning the number 1 spot is Seth Rogan. Just a few weeks ago, the actor made headlines for looking unrecognizable in pictures that he shared online. This one just goes to show the power of facial hair. Turns out he had to shave off his beard for a new TV role, and when he posted his look on Instagram, people were shocked and confused. For his new role, he is rocking a mullet, a shaved face, and no glasses, and honestly, it does not look like him. He is set to star in the upcoming series Pam and Tommy, a Hulu series about Baywatch star Pamela Anderson and her husband Tommy Lee. The series goes into detail about the scandal when a sex tape of the couple was leaked. So where does Seth Rogan fit into this storyline? He will be playing Rand Gauthier, the man who stole the couple's infamous sex tape. So if you want to see more of his new look, watch the series. Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is Selena Gomez. In case you missed it, she made a drastic hair change that people went crazy over. Most people are used to her dark hair since she had it for the majority of her career, but she changed that and everyone has been obsessing over her hair transformation. She showed off her new blonde hair on Instagram and her stylist spoke about the drastic change. The colorists who did her hair, Nikki Lee and Rihanna Capri, said that the big change took 8 hours to transform. They said the entire process took 200 foils, several bowls of bleach, and 8 hours of hair magic. She usually keeps her hair more natural, so the change was a big one for her, but her hair took most of the bleach, so she looks stunning. Makes me want to dye my hair blonde so bad, but I won't, because I would not look like Selena Gomez. Up next, number 9, we have Charlotte Crosby. She gained fame after being an OG on the reality show Geordie Shore for many seasons, but in more recent times she's left fans shocked after having drastic plastic surgery changes done to her face. The 30-year-old was the topic of a show called Celebrities: What's Happened to Your Face, which is one show a celebrity does not want to be on. The show caused an uproar online because they picked her appearance apart, calling her rubber-lipped and cookie-cutter face. She's always been very open about her plastic surgery and never denies it, but didn't think it was appropriate for them to tear her down like that on TV. She has admitted to Botox, fillers, and other plastic surgery procedures, but doctors have recently come forward sharing their concerns, saying that her fillers were not done well. Dr. Sabrina Shah Desai said, "You can see her lips are too full, the apple of her cheek is almost too big, almost like a golf ball. Good jobs are not visible, bad jobs are extremely visible." But despite what the doctor and the TV host said, Charlotte made the changes for herself and stands by them. Cruising into number 8, we have Rihanna. Just last month in May, media outlets released articles with the title, "New Month, Drastically Different Look." Now, some people wouldn't say a hair change is a big one, but it is when you take your long hair and cut it all off into a short pixie cut. Remember Miley Cyrus when she did that? Rihanna did just that. She debuted her new pixie cut while heading out to dinner one night in Santa Monica, and everyone was losing their minds. In 2019, she actually did an interview and talked about how she always wanted to cut her hair short. She said, "The only thing my mom didn't let me do was dye my hair black and cut it short. I'd wanted to do that since I was 14 and she was like, no, not having it." So it looks like she finally got the hair she wanted, which she actually originally did back in 2012. We can't forget. A lot of fans didn't expect to see her hair short again, especially since she had very long braids just before cutting it off. But her heart seems to just always go back to short hair, so I could never. If I cut my hair an inch, I cry and I have an anxiety attack. I can't. I'll just buy extensions even though I have long hair. It's a problem. Moving on to number 7, we have Donatella Versace. The Italian fashion designer and current vice president of the Versace group has always been the topic of conversation when it comes to her looks. The 66-year-old has caused a lot of controversy after being accused of having drastic plastic surgery procedures done to her face. Just by looking at her, most people assume she has had a lot of work done, but the controversy stems from her denying it and saying that she has never gone under the knife. She admitted to having Botox done, but says that her skin looks this way because she uses a lot of face creams. People don't believe her, mainly because if you compare her to older photos, her face looks completely different now. A plastic surgeon, Dr. Steve Fallick, was asked what procedures it looks like she's done, and he said she's pretty much had it all: Botox, fillers, laser for the skin, facelift, eye lift, brow lift, and cheek augmentation. So I'm wondering, who do you believe? Donatella or the pros, the professionals, the doctors? What is it? I'm just gonna say I don't think it's face cream. You cannot convince me that that is face cream. That's all. Up next, number 6, we have Cardi B. She is known for changing her hairstyle often, flaunting new wigs all the time in music videos and on social media. But no one ever expected the new locks she debuted at the Grammys in March 2021. For her first ever televised performance of her song WAP, she showed up on stage with a bubblegum pink pixie cut, which shocked everyone. The cut and color was done specifically for that performance, and her hairstylist, Tokyo Styles, talked about the process and said that long hair would have just been too much with the rest of her Grammy outfit, which was also pretty epic. They cut her hair the night before the performance, and Cardi loved the color pink, so they went with that. Fans see her with long hair majority of the time, so they are loving this new cut and how it shows off her facial features more. Will she keep her hair short though? That is a different story. I've already seen her wearing a bunch of different wigs on Instagram ever since then, but as long as it's short underneath the wig, she can just go back to it at any point. So it's kind of a win-win. I would do that. If I cut my hair into a pixie, I would have wigs and stuff in case I wanted the long hair back, you know? Halfway through the list at number 5 is Carla Bruni. The French First Lady has made headlines for her changing face after rumors went flying that she has gone under the knife several times and had some enhancements done to her body. Though there have been rumors going around for the past decade about it, she has never really talked about it. Her before and after photos show just how much her overall appearance has changed, but because she doesn't openly discuss the topic, doctors have had to come forward with their professional insight on the topic. A few doctors have spoken about it, saying that she's had too much Botox done and claim that her cheeks show she has definitely been under the surgeon's knife. But because she's never confirmed nor denied it, it still remains up for debate. Rolling into number 4, we have Emma Chamberlain. It is still so weird to me that celebrities will make headlines for dyeing their hair from blonde to brunette or brunette to blonde. It seems like such a simple thing, but it really does make you look a lot different. If I went blonde, I would look so different. Emma was one of these people who made headlines after dyeing her hair a dark brown with blonde underlayers. Fans are used to seeing her with blonde hair, so when she did the two-tone hairstyle, people were pretty shocked. She filmed the whole process of getting her hair transformed and said that the two-tone thing has become a trend online, which is what inspired her to do it. Dua Lipa, for example, had the two-tone look but inverted, so the look itself isn't anything new, but people did not expect it from Emma. Fans were thrilled though, one of them commenting on her post saying, "The two-toned hair is one of the best things that happened in 2020. I don't know if I agree with that, but I can't believe people are bringing two-tone back. I remember that in like high school, people did that. Do you remember? I did that. I got red underneath. Taking over our third spot is Daryl Hannah, another celebrity to cause controversy with her changing looks. In 2010, articles started saying that the actress was recovering after becoming a victim of bad plastic surgery. But even after photos were spreading all over the internet, she denied having plastic surgery. Photos were going around showing her at a beach with a puffy face, and people quickly alleged that she had a facelift done and injections, but that it went wrong. At the time, she said, "There was a picture taken a while ago of me emerging from the ocean with my hair slicked back and no makeup on. I looked as though I had puffy, squinty eyes, and the rumor went around that I'd had work done." And ever since then, cosmetic doctors have actually come forward saying that they think she has had work done, with her appearance continuing to change as the years have gone on. However, she's never admitted to it or openly talked about it. So, who knows? But I think we know. In our number 2 spot is Amanda Lepore. The transsexual model, singer, and author gained fame for her appearance after numerous plastic surgeries, and she loves it. She wrote about her transition in her book called Doll Parts, and she has often spoke about her plastic surgery changes. She confessed to eye surgery to make her eyes look bigger and more doll-like, a breast augmentation, a forehead lift, butt implants, lip injections, and having her bottom ribs broken so she could achieve a smaller waist. That scares me. It has been reported that the total cost of all her cosmetic surgeries is over $1 million, but she doesn't actually know the exact amount. Because of her over-the-top look, it's almost impossible for her to go unnoticed, but that is no surprise. It was the look that she was wanting to achieve. No one would ever recognize her in her before pictures, which is probably a dream come true for her. And I love that she admits it. Y'all, all these celebrities trying to hide it and be like, it's face cream. Just admit it. Once you openly admit it, who cares? We already know. We have made it to number 1, and we have Jocelyn Wildenstein. The most talked about plastic surgery transformation in the world, but it still remains up for debate because she has always denied having any work done. This seems to be a trend with celebrities. The American socialite is best known as Cat Lady for her extensive cosmetic surgery, which resulted in her cat-like appearance, or so people say. During an interview with Dr. Young, a popular celebrity plastic surgeon, he said Jocelyn is a poster child for plastic surgery gone wrong. Reports say that she underwent dozens of surgeries in an attempt to win back her ex-husband, Alec, at the time after her divorce with the billionaire was heavily documented back in the day. Dr. Young thinks she might have undergone a brow lift, facelift, lip plumping injections, chin augmentation, fat grafting or cheek implants, upper and lower eyelid surgery, and canthopexy, which is a procedure that gives your eyes that cat-like appearance. However, Jocelyn has always denied getting any plastic surgery and said that she has always looked looked this way. She's even brought childhood photos to interviews to try to prove that she's always had this look, but the world and professionals still disagree with her claims. What do you think? Let me know. Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is Demi Lovato. The singer shocked all of their fans when they revealed their new hairstyle on social media. They have always had long hair, so when people saw that they chopped it all off, they were shocked, including me. Demi spoke about their new look and said, "There is something about changing your hair so drastically that allows you to own yourself in a way you never thought." At first, their pixie cut was a bright blonde, then they switched it to a light pink, and then to a more vibrant hot pink. But more recently, just a few days ago, they surprised their fans even more after posting a video with jet black hair. Demi posted a video with their friends on a beach dressed in goth clothing and makeup to celebrate a friend's birthday, so fans are wondering if they are going to keep their hair black or not. So far, it's a yes. And if not, what color are they going to go next? Up next, number 9, we have Matthew LeBlanc. The Friends reunion airs today, and I'm so excited, by the way. And fans were over the moon about seeing the original cast members all come back together. It has been 17 years since the final episode of the show, so there was no doubt that the cast members were probably going to look a little bit different than what we remember. But just how different? I spoke about the transformation of some of the other cast members, but Matthew LeBlanc looks different than the Joey Tribbiani we all knew and loved, and still do. His character played the ladies' man in the series, and the script focused around his good looks and his love life. So it's already a little weird to see him all grown up and 53 years old rocking a full head of gray hair. Of course, his transformation is a natural one and nothing to be ashamed of, but he does look different than the original show. Rumors have gone around that he's had some work done on his face, but honestly, in my opinion, he still resembles Joey. Like, he doesn't look that different to me. Moving on to number 8, we have Tara Reid. The American Pie actress has always been very open and honest about her journey with plastic surgery. She has always wanted to help educate other women who are wanting to get it done in hopes that they can avoid going through what she went through. She first got her breast implants in 2004, which actually ended up causing her issues with other parts of her body. She said that her stomach started to ripple and caused her to have a hernia, leaving her with a huge bump next to her belly button. She regretted it so much, she said it was the stupidest decision she's ever made. And on top of that, she actually had to have the procedure reversed just 2 years later. Because of all this, she explained that she lost a lot of work because she had been typecast into the hot girl role and could no longer be in a bikini. She's also had some cosmetic procedures done to her face, which makes her look different, but thankfully those were not botched, and she said that she had a more positive experience this time around. Cruising into number 7, we have Justin Bieber. Leave it up to Justin Bieber to make headlines over changing his hairstyle. To be fair, it was a drastic change, and a lot of fans were shocked when he first showed it off. Maybe people just got a little too used to seeing him with like that classic Bieber flip hair, because people freaked out when he revealed his head full of dreadlocks. He actually started to face a ton of criticism online, with people saying he was misappropriating Black culture, and throughout the weeks he began to put his dreadlocks in ponytails and wear bandanas. We're not sure if all the criticism got to him or not, but he shared a more recent photo of his head completely shaved. So if people thought dreadlocks were a big change, I'm sure people are freaking out now that he has no hair at all. The reasoning behind his new look is still very unknown, and when the paparazzi asked him about it, he was not in a chatty mood and just completely ignored them. I have a feeling it was due to the criticism. Rolling into our number 6 spot is Brody Jenner. TV show reboots have been happening more and more lately, and I am so here for it. I, along with millions of other fans, were thrilled to hear that the reality show The Hills would reboot over a decade later. It was even more exciting to learn that the majority of the original cast would be returning for the new seasons. But not everyone would look the same as they did in the original show, Brody Jenner being one of them. Season 2 of the reboot just aired, and fans could not help but talk about how different he looks now. There has been a huge debate on whether or not he's had plastic surgery, with the majority of people siding with the fact that he has. The 37-year-old has a completely different face, it looks like, and things just look a little more tight. On top of that, he's lost some weight, including muscle, which is just different from when fans saw him as a young, ripped guy at 25 years old. He was never fat by any means, but he's just very skinny now. And nothing wrong with being skinny. He is happy and healthy, baby. Halfway through our list, number 5, we have Scott Disick. His look has stayed similar throughout his entire career, despite being in the fashion industry. After becoming known from Keeping Up with the Kardashians as Courtney's ex-husband and father to her children, he started his own business and eventually a clothing line. In 2018, he launched his clothing line called Talentless, and even though he tries different styles, his overall look has never changed. Until more recently, that is. Normally, fans are used to seeing him rock his natural brunette hair that matches his beard, but then he shocked everyone by going platinum blonde and changing his cut to a faux hawk with like the side shaved. That was shocking to most people, but once people adjusted to the change, he then decided to change it once again, dyeing the platinum blonde to a hot pink color. Obviously, such a drastic hair change will make you look different. It's a completely different vibe. Who knows what color he will go next? Any guesses? I feel like he's gonna go back to brown after this, or like a blonde because it's summer, but who knows? Making her way into the number 4 spot is Iggy Azalea. As we have learned from this list already, changing your hair seems like a simple task, but it can make a world of a difference in someone's appearance. Apparently, celebrities are just wanting to try some bold colors lately. Maybe it's because of like quarantine and the fact that we've been locked inside for so long. Iggy was another celebrity who wanted to make a drastic hair change, and you'll never guess what color she chose. The singer usually rocks the long blonde hair. It's the style that her fans are just used to seeing, which is why her fans were so surprised in April when she took her new look to Instagram and showed off her short neon green hair. When seeing the picture for the first time, I honestly didn't even know that it was her. Not many celebrities have dyed their hair neon green, only Billie Eilish, who only dyed part of her hair green, but Iggy's look is bold. She rocks it. It looks good on her. I wish I could just dye my hair neon green. I would literally look like an Oompa Loompa if I did that. Taking over our 3rd spot is Tiffany Haddish. The actress and comedian has a bold and quirky personality, so nothing she does seems like out of the ordinary. She always has a smile on her face, and her hilarious personality just radiates confidence. But near the end of 2020, she opened up about her journey with self-discovery and shocked everyone when she revealed her shaved head. After sharing her bald head with social media, she went on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon and talked about how much she loved her new look. She explained that she's always wanted to shave her head and said that she has been talking about doing it for years. She said, "I'm gonna use that same energy that I would have been putting into my hair, into my mind. It's going to give me more time to work on my body, get everything together." Since the first initial reveal, her hair has started to grow back a little bit, and she has dyed it platinum blonde, which looks just as good. She looks great. Again, like, if I shaved my head, I would not look like that. Oh, damn. She looks great. Sniping our number 2 spot is Jonah Hill. The actor shocked everyone first with his drastic weight change in the last few years. He lost a lot of weight and felt great about it after explaining that he was always typecast to play the bigger guy in movie roles, and that oftentimes the scripts would joke about his weight. So to see him feeling happy and healthy was an exciting change for everyone. But in more recent times, he really surprised fans when he decided to hop on the bright colored hair trend. Just a few weeks ago during a golf outing, fans got a sneak peek at his new look, which is neon pink hair. It's actually more of like a fuchsia than anything. It's like a mix of purple and pink. This is not the first time he has had some fun with his hair though. In 2018, he actually dyed his hair pink, so we shouldn't be that surprised to see him do it again. And honestly, I feel like he would do it for a 3rd time in the future. Why not? He looks great. He is feeling himself, and that makes me so freaking happy. In our number 1 place, we have Jennifer Grey. Now, this one is more serious than just a fun new hairstyle. Her look has changed so drastically throughout the years that she says it is what cost her her entire career, and she regrets some of these changes. The Dirty Dancing star has always had a very distinctive face and was known for her stunning looks when she first broke out into the Hollywood scene. But when she decided to get rhinoplasty, it changed everything, and she said it was the worst decision she's ever made. She said the operation completely changed her entire face and it ruined her entire career. When speaking about it during an interview, she said, "I went in the operating room as a celebrity and came out anonymous. It was like being in a witness protection program or being invisible. I'll always be this once famous actress nobody recognizes because of a nose job." Fans have appreciated how open and honest she has been about her journey, and even though she looks different now compared to before, they're still very supportive of her. This hurts my heart so much. Like, she just felt like she had to get a nose job, like, you were so beautiful and now it hurts my heart. She's still so beautiful, but she did say that she lost a lot of jobs because of that, and that makes me sad.